So here's the question for today's video. Why do so many real estate agents live paycheck to paycheck even when they're making six figures? And how can implementing a simple cash flow system transform your financial stress into financial confidence? Well, my name is Gene Donohue, and I am the creator of the Agent Success Formula. And in this video, we'll explore element two of the process flow stack, which is called the success flow method. And this method turns irregular commission into consistent monthly paychecks. But before we dive in, just a quick reminder that if this content resonates with you, please visit my website at genedonohue.com. So in our last video, we covered element one, the critical financial assessment that creates the foundation for everything else we build. Today, we're turning that knowledge into practical cash flow system that eliminates the feast or famine cycle. And as you know, each element of the process flow stack builds on the previous one. So without element one's financial clarity, today's cash flow system that we'll talk about, it just won't work. But when you combine clear financial goals with the right cash flow structure, you transform from someone who reacts to money into someone who controls it. So let me paint a picture that might sound familiar. An agent closes a deal and receives, let's say, a $12,000 commission check. And they feel fantastic. Finally, some breathing room. They pay some bills, maybe splurge a little, and feel like they're winning. But then reality sets in. Business expenses pile up, personal costs continue, and before they know it, that $12,000 is gone. And within weeks, they're back to watching their bank account balances, wondering when the next commission check will hit. But here's what's really happening. They're trapped in commission thinking. The belief that each commission check is meant to solve immediate financial pressure rather than fund a sustainable business operation. And this creates a dangerous cycle where every financial decision becomes reactive rather than strategic. And the psychological impact can be devastating as well. When you don't know when or where your next paycheck is coming from, you make decisions from fear rather than from confidence. And I've seen agents making $200,000 annually who still live with a constant financial anxiety because they never learned to smooth out their income flow. And the problem isn't how much they make. It's that they're trying to manage commission-based income with employee-based thinking. Successful agents think differently, though. They understand that the goal isn't just to make money. It's to create a system that manages money effectively. And this brings us to element two of the process flow stack, the success flow method. And this isn't just another budgeting system that you'll abandon in a couple of weeks. No, not at all. This is a simple but highly effective cash flow architecture that transforms how money flows through your business and into your personal life. The success flow method has four core components that create complete financial stability. First is what we'll call the income smoothing account. And this is where all your commission checks are deposited. And this account serves one purpose: to receive irregular income and smooth it into regular payments. Think of it as like a financial shock absorber that turns commission peaks and valleys into consistent monthly payments. And the second is the tax reserve account. As a commission-based business owner, you're responsible for your taxes, and most agents pay them quarterly. So this account automatically sets aside the appropriate percentage from each commission to ensure you're never scrambling to cover tax obligations. Third is the business operating account or the OPEX account. This handles all your business expenses, marketing, office costs, professional development, and everything else required to run your business. But business expenses never come from commission money directly. They come from planned monthly allocations. And fourth is the business savings account. This builds your emergency fund and creates capital for future investments in equipment upgrades or market opportunities. Every successful business, whether it's real estate or not, needs reserves beyond just their operating expenses. So here's how these accounts work together. Commission checks go into that income smoothing account. And from there, you make 4 monthly transfers to your tax reserve account, your OPEX account, your business savings account, and then to your personal account as salary. This creates complete separation between business performance and personal stability while ensuring all financial obligations are covered. And this system transforms you from someone who hopes for good months to someone who plans for consistent months. It allows you to make business decisions based on strategy rather than that immediate need. And most importantly, it gives you the financial confidence that completely changes how you show up with clients. Instead of seeing yourself as someone who receives commissions, you start seeing yourself as a business owner who pays themselves a salary from their business profits. So, next, let's get practical about implementing the success flow method. The setup process has 6 specific steps. And step 1, we actually did last week, and that's calculating your monthly salary amount. And we used Element 1's assessment to determine that. Step 2 is to determine your tax reserve percentage. Best advice here is to work with your accountant to establish what percentage of each commission check should go to taxes. Typically, this ranges from 15 to 20%. Personally, I use 15% as I understand how to maximize tax benefits. But again, talk to your accountant. Step 3, establish your business operating budget, your OPEX budget. Calculate your monthly business expenses. Again, marketing, lead generation, office expenses, professional development. You should shoot for a goal of 30% or less. Step 4, set your business savings target. Determine how much you want to save monthly for emergencies and future opportunities. If you can start with 5% of your net commission, that would be great. But just 1% to start, that works also. Step 5, open your 4 accounts. Remember, income smoothing receives all your commissions. Tax reserves holds your quarterly payments. OPEX handles expenses, and business savings builds reserves. And then step 6, establish your monthly transfer schedule. Pick dates each month for your 4 transfers. Best practice is to do them immediately when you receive a commission check. So you might be doing it a couple times a month. During implementation, you might face challenges though. The most common is the temptation to borrow from the system during tight months. This really defeats the entire purpose. The success flow method only works when you treat it as sacred. Another challenge is psychological, and it can feel restrictive to allocate money to multiple accounts when you've been used to commission highs and lows. But remember, this structure creates freedom, not restriction. And the beauty of this system becomes apparent during both high and low income periods. And during great months, excess commission money builds reserves across all of your accounts. And then during slow months, you still receive your regular salary while your tax obligations and business expenses remain covered. And so you're never caught off guard by quarterly tax payments or unexpected business costs. So there's a mindset shift here. And it requires you to really think more like a business owner instead of commission receiver. Because when you're a commission receiver, your financial well-being depends entirely on deal timing. You're reactive, always responding to the latest commission check or lack thereof. And so that means your decisions are colored by that immediate pressure. But when you become a business owner who pays themselves a regular salary, everything changes. You make decisions based on what's best for your business long term, not what solves this month's cash flow problem. You can be selective about clients and opportunities because you're not operating from a place of desperation. And this shift, as I mentioned before, dramatically changes how you interact with clients. When you know your next paycheck is coming, regardless of whether this particular deal or that one closes, you can focus entirely on serving the client's best interests. You can give honest advice, even if it means losing a commission, because your security isn't tied to any single transaction. And the confidence that comes from predictable cash flow is enormous and transformative. You'll sleep better, make better decisions, and present yourself as the stable professional that clients want to work with because they won't smell that commission breath. And perhaps most importantly, the success flow method enables strategic thinking rather than survival thinking. Remember the survival trap. When you're not constantly worried about making next month's mortgage payment, you can focus on building systems that create long-term success. So today we've explored element 2 of the process flow stack, the success flow method. And that method transforms irregular commission into consistent monthly cash flow. This system, remember, only works when built on the financial foundation that we established in element 1. And it creates the stability necessary for everything else we'll build together. And the success flow method it's not about managing money. It's about creating the financial confidence that changes how you operate as a real estate professional. When you know your personal financial needs are consistently met, you can focus entirely on building systems that serve your clients and grows your business. So here's what I want you to do before our next episode. If you haven't completed your financial assessment from element 1, please go ahead and do so now. Then implement the success flow method. Open up the accounts, calculate your monthly amounts, and begin the transition. This isn't optional if you want to build a sustainable business. The success flow method is the cash flow foundation that makes everything else possible. And in our next episode, we'll dive into element 3 of the process flow stack, which is developing a lead generation system that aligns with your natural strengths and attracts the clients you actually want to work with. So again, this is Gene Donohue. And remember, mindset fuels the systems and systems support the mindset. And your success flow method is where both financial mindset and cash flow systems converge to create lasting success. So until next time, cheers.